today we are planting. My job during planting time is to haul fertilizer. So we're going to load this with fertilizer. I believe that tank gets loaded with ProGerm. I think that's what's in there. I just know that I'm supposed to get what tank I'm supposed to get this out of and what tank I'm supposed to load this with. So we're going to start with this one, and then we'll have to go somewhere else to get the other one. So let's get that done. And here is where we store our fertilizer. We also store it in a milk tanker, which I'll show you, which is where the other ProGerm is at. So, ooh, moths. Pretty simple. We got several tanks in here, and then just a normal flip that valve, turn the motor on, hook the hose to right there, and we're gonna suck out of this tank. Yeah, sounds like there's enough in there yet, and if we run out, we'll go to the next tank. So. Alright, I got this one loaded and I moved. I didn't video it because when it comes to time to shut that off, you kind of need to get it done so you don't run it over. And now we're going to take what's out of here and put it in this one. That one. And so that's just a simple change a few knobs. We got to turn this one off so it doesn't go in here. Turn this one off. And turn this one on. And then we'll get it going. I'll hook that hose up to there like we did over there, and I'll shoot it up there, and we'll get 250 gallons of that. Now we're going into there. Fill her up, and you can't have the engine like super revved up to go into these shuttles, otherwise you'll break the thing that they go through and then they leak. So you gotta run a little slower for this. I mentioned the other place we store our fertilizer is in here, and it's an old milk tank truck. And so it holds a whole truckload of fertilizer. Pretty convenient, handy. Yeah. So, and then so when we do suck fertilizer out of this, we suck it out of the back. We'll hook this hose up here, and hook it up there, run it through the hose, hook it to the back of the tip tanks, then we'll run it along there. So you got to make sure when you're doing it here, you got to make sure when you get it out of the tanker to have those shut off so you don't go into the tip tanks. And then when you pull out of the tip tanks, you got to make sure that's turned off so you don't mix your stuff. So you got to be paying attention when you get it out of here, but it's not too bad. Just a few levers, and if you double check yourself, you're all right. So out full. So we're gonna go over here. I'm gonna turn this one off. Kind of gets a little more full. Push this lever in. Pulling up. Lever in. Push this one off. Off. And now we're ready to head to the planter. And bada bing, bada boom, we're at the planter. I basically just do the opposite of what I do to load the trailer. I had to fill the planter. I had a little bit of dirt in the nozzle there, so I struggled a little bit, but I eventually got it washed out of there and was able to hook it up, turn some valves so I fill the right tank, get the motor going, and load her up. So I'm starting out with the 1034.0. It runs through this hose, and you see that knob is turned off there to make it run up to that yellow tank there. And then when I get that shuttle empty, I'll switch this knob over, or valve over, and I'll start filling that tank with just the regular fertilizer. So pretty simple stuff. While that fertilizer pumps, we do a little bit of maintenance on the planter. He's greasing each gauge wheel to make sure, and gives it a kick to go make sure that it goes up and down like they're supposed to. And while he does that, I check the press wheels to make sure they're turning like they're supposed to. It's just a little simple little thing. Just the little things make the big things go. So you got to do the little things too. I'll just put my little plug in here for you to like my video. Hit that thumbs up button. I always appreciate it when people do that. One other thing we do while the fertilizer pumps is fill the planter with seed. It doesn't need to be done every time. This happens to be the end of the field, and he only needed a quarter of a bag in each box. So I was struggling to make sure that I put a quarter of a bag evenly across these boxes. But he never said anything, so he must have ended up all right. Otherwise, I think he would have complained at me. And then, of course, put your little bit of talcum powder on the top of each one. So the seed goes through better through the planter, and nothing gets stuck.